database or not.
Go ahead.
So for checking that, I will make a request, an API request. So I'll check by using an get request. So let's see this one, /API/product/get products. So I will try out this one. Now we have to execute this to check. So by requesting this, we can see the response body, and here success too. That means it is successfully getting our data from the database, and here is the product description, that the ID, camera, and the description as it is saved on our database. That means our backend is successfully connected and coming the data from the database. So that's
So
all we have
I
to
can,
check.
yeah, I can go a little bit, go there, stay there, stay there. So there is a caveat. Caveat means you can say, well, she just deployed the new code base. And we know that it's connected with the database. So it means the database has the data. Well, in this case, yes, right? Because it is connected with the one of the database. But in a brand new environment, if you are creating a new database, then you are not connecting. You are connecting with the database, but everything will be empty. Means nothing in the database. You have to create each of these. That you have to go through each of the endpoint, and you actually create your own data. Or you actually give the flexibility that you can actually clone your development data to the staging test environment, test data to the staging environment, because creating the test data, it is time consuming. And if the testing is not happening, it is not going to the production, right? So in this case, we have already the many data because it is connected to the existing MongoDB database, which is on the on-premises. So she just makes sure everything is checked. If it is not popping up, then it is not going to work. So let's do this. Go back to your the command line and just stop the npm. Let's do this. So you'll see now it's connected. You see the database is connected. So you can set the npm stop, right? I don't know, what do you call? Do you call it? Do you remember?
Yes, we have stopped it, the npm.
Oh yeah,
Now
so stop it. So now you go to the backend. See this? So now the backend will not be able to reach out to the database. Let's see. Check it out. You go to the another API and try. Scroll down. So this is the technical part. Yep, so it's loading, but it came.
failed to fetch. So the result is failed to fetch. Possible reasons, there are some reasons, but it failed. That means it didn't able to fetch the data.
So what did it mean? It means so now if this kind of things happen, now at least we did it, we know intentionally. But if the front end is not able to reach out to the backend, what do we do? Immediately check if the backend is running. Well, backend is running. Or now immediately check if the database is running. Well, database is running. Now immediately check actually the connection, the integration is okay or not. Means your npm is running or not. Each of the things can be the physical server, can be the virtual server, can be the can be the service. The service means npm start is a service, right? It's a software base, no more physical. And then make sure your database is up and running. See, all things done by the DevOps engineer, because the issues being pop up that something is not working. The front end, the team cannot reach out to the backend. Means the browser cannot create any data. Browser cannot do anything else. At this moment, we are not seeing the browser. Why? Because we did not deploy it. Okay, so we do not see the browser at all. What do you have? We have only the backend. So now let's go back to the terminal and just start again, and you will see.
Okay, and like if I reload this page,
Yeah,
it will just disappear.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
yes.
that.
Now it is showing that this site can't be reached because we have stopped our server and nothing is now available in this location, or it will not show anything. But again, if I start the server,
We did not stop our actual server. We stopped the service. Means we stopped the Node.js based e-commerce backend application. But so understand these two things. Once a server is down, means fully down. Another is a server can have a multiple application to be hosted. Can be the front end, can be the back end. In the same application, in the same server, we're going to host the front end application. So if we do not disturb the front end, then front end will be running because front end URL is good and the backend is not working. But if you shut down the server, nothing is going to work. And that's called the 500 server error, means server is fully unreachable. So now it's connected. Now we can go back and we should be able to see it is accessible again. Okay.
Okay, now we can see that it is accessible again. And again, we can make requests like previous and it will work.
That's correct.
So yes, it is working. That means the deployment for backend is up and running again.
And this is
So
exactly the Uniscope as a DevOps engineer, exactly the Uniscope have to do the diligence part, the entire process. One more part is left. Sometimes you really need to reach out to you should be able to do yourself some API testing on the Postman, make sure it's working. But as long as things are working on the Swagger, you are good. But the knowing the Postman for the testing part, it is going to add extensive value for you. So make sure the the backend things you have to learn the HTTP code, HTTP behavior, the server up and running, and the debugging, and then the API testing itself. You don't need to be tested, you need to verify. You need to know all of this, become a go-to DevOps engineer. And now you can actually hand over to the QA. But if you just deployed, means hosted, and you have not verified anything, whether things are working or not, you just hand over. And if you keep doing it in your job and the QA is finding this, you will be in trouble. So let's not do this. So quality should be on your mindset. Anything I do, I have to make sure all the checkpoint is working good. Now I'm actually shipping, means I'm updating to the team. Hey, QA team, you guys are ready to go. Anything else here?
no,